So she's another one, kind of like Brianna Edwards and Maddie Saris, that can really get those kills down and give Indiana a little bit more variety up at the net.
Yeah, you talk about girls missing games for Indiana. That's been a storyline all season long as they're able to control it and just pop over a free ball. Carly Zuma, that was a big loss for Indiana earlier in this season.
Yeah, they didn't have her at all last year. Indiana's been a little bit more versatile in who they're passing the ball off to, but unfortunately have not had as much success on the defensive end as Northwestern has. She definitely has a transfer in. People didn't know that much about her when she came, and Haley Armstrong last year took the libero spot and did a great job, but Sarame's just been a phenomenal force on the court. Gives her a lot of an advantage when she's able to get the ball in the court.
Brianna Edwards digs that one out. Hayworth right back to her. Brianna Edwards, how do you do? Those two definitely developing a chemistry. As you saw, that back set was just laid out perfectly for her. Thomas Ilara digs that one out and controls it. Northwestern sends it over. Hayworth, a beautiful set, and the Hoosiers get the point after Savannah sent that one down.
She's someone that last year as a freshman in the COVID season really stood out as a big part of this Indiana team.
Yeah, she's definitely had an impact this year, and as a middle blocker, a young one at that, she's done a great job. Her and Elle Hillers are two of the sophomore middle blockers. Hoosiers take that point now just within 2. Northwestern able to control it. Paula Sarame with a spectacular dig. They look for Maddie Saris, but that one's controlled. Northwestern tips it right back over. Cameron Hayworth throws it way back, didn't have a man there. Able to get it back, and Northwestern closes that rally out. Great job there by Geddes to keep it alive.
Yeah.
Just puts that one to bed. Northwestern with a nice pretty tip to send it over.
Really, it's obvious to the fans watching. It's harder for the players to see it.
And obviously that's going to be something that Coach Aird has to address in that locker room with the game plan.
Oh, I would say it changes so drastically because every team is so different. A team like Northwestern seems to primarily rely on Thomas Ilara in their past games and given her statistics. And so that's going to be different for Coach Aird to try to attack, and obviously a set amount of things that you go into a game expecting.
Thomas Ilara with a lot of heat behind that one. Put some habanero sauce on the ball. Thomas Ilara's serve just bounces and basically gives the Wildcats a free ball. Sarame to Hayworth to Saris. Dug out by the Wildcats as Dodson once again is picking apart this Indiana defense.
And 185 kills. And so we did kind of blow over her in the intro, but she's really making her name known right now. Yeah, and you really don't want a team to even get to 20 points just in terms of momentum, because then 5 points seems so much closer than 6 points, even though there's just a 1 point difference.
It's Dodson, controlled by Sarame as Hayworth sets it up for Brianna Edwards as she gets the tool. Fitzner up to serve for the Hoosiers. Controlled by Northwestern, and Thomas Ilara once again. I mean, everyone thinks Thomas Ilara is going to attack it heavy like she has all night, and just a nice little finesse ball.
Exactly.
Maddie Saris able to get the control. Brianna Edwards sends it over. Here comes Northwestern once again. Paula Sarame, a spectacular job by Cameron Hayworth to keep it alive. Ball sent back to Maddie Saris. Brianna Edwards hits it across. Controlled by Northwestern as they hammer that one home. It's number 16, Gerbach.
We're going between Gerbach and then Tatiana Hardwick, number 4, and not going to Thomas.
Beautiful rally there as Northwestern now tries to pull away, and that ball is sent out of bounds.
Defense just seems to be really struggling right now. They're not doing a great job receiving if they don't know where the ball is going or the lines on the court are.
Blocked there, kept alive. Cameron Hayworth sends it over. Northwestern controls and looks to attack, and they do! Capitalized and capped off by Ella Gerbach. able to close out the first set.
She's got time.
Coheed with the serve, a nice one. But there's Dodson. Oh, and recovered by Indiana. Ball's tipped up, and we keep on going. Dodson keeping the rally alive. Ball's hit up to Geddes. Geddes sends it over with a nice tip, and they're looking at Thomas Ilora. Hoosiers keeping the rally alive as Saris sends it over. Ball hits the net and falls down. Northwestern can't keep control.
Indiana, Geddes going one-on-one with the Northwestern defender. Shows a lot of confidence, and that's something that's really important.
Thomas Ilora once again met at the net by Geddes. And Indiana keeping this set alive. This rally alive, excuse me. Here's Maddie Saris with a great hit to the outside cross court. But Dodson responds, kept alive by Geddes. It's a scramble. And Dodson puts that one to sleep. Excuse me, 19 digs. Northwestern with the same. Obviously, we're talking about the importance of having Paula Sarame back in there as the Hoosiers lose that point.
Maybe with Emily Fitzner now, they can get the run that they need.
Hoosiers serve and tipped over on the second hit. Caught him second guessing. Hardwick to serve, controlled by Saris. Hayworth tries to spike that one hard, but that'll go wide.
Yeah, that'll be key for both teams at this point, almost at the halfway point of this set. Who can really keep that momentum going and who can take advantage?
Brianna Edwards just punches that one over, but it is sent right back down. Very impressive run, and Indiana gets us going. 14-11. Dodson attacks right at Sarame, and she can't handle it. That one is set right down.
Later on, as she's at Indiana, as she still is a freshman.
Cameron Hayworth had a huge dig on that last one as Thomas Ilora sends the ball sailing, but Indiana and Paula Sarame able to keep it alive in play. Dodson with a hammer. Once again, Maddie Saris tries to take it herself, but that'll hit the net and fall down.
That's part of the game. That's how it works. And both of these teams have really done a relatively good job of receiving end digs as that one goes out. Absolutely, there's something, it builds more confidence in the team. You have to work together, you have to adjust. It's much better than having a blowout on either side, I would expect.
Hayworth sets it up to Edwards as she tips it to the middle. Wildcats recover as they hammer that one home, but Paula Sarame keeps it alive. Brianna Edwards with a tool, but it's still in play. Hayworth with her own spike. Mama, there goes that man, Cameron Hayworth. Sarame up to serve. Thomas Iara takes it. Northwestern tries to tip it over. Ball still in play, but they're going to call it dead. Hayworth with a nice serve, but controlled by Northwestern. Paula Sarame feeds it up to Edwards. Ball goes back and forth, but Northwestern will take the point.
Good move by Northwestern there.
And just the second block tonight.
Yeah, not much going on in terms of blocks right now.
Hayworth with a spectacular play to keep it alive, but Geddes sends it right into the net. Sent over and controlled by Edwards. Hayworth. And Coheed finds the opening and drops it in. Neither of these teams giving any ground, back and forth. Thomas Ilora digs it out, and Northwestern able to get a beautiful, pretty little tip.
So many of these Northwestern hitters to be hitting them hard and not just tipping them over.
Sarame digs it out. Coheed hammers that one in. 6 kills to lead the team, but she's doing it on 8 attempts. It's a 75% percentage. I mean, that's not something you see very often from Coheed.
Absolutely not. Seems like that's how it should be given their standings in the conference and their success so far.
Beautiful little play there, but Paula Sarame reads it and sends it back. Maddie Saris with a strike, but it goes way too far out of bounds. Sarame able to dig that one out. Brianna Edwards trying to hit it hard. Here, nice tap by Thomas Iara. Hayworth with a back set. Finds her man, but dug out by the Wildcats, tipped over. Saris with a cross-court hit, controlled by the Wildcats. And that one will go out of bounds, Indiana point.
To see good communication from Hayworth.
Saris just barely sneaks it over. And Thomas Iyer will send a free ball for the Hoosiers. Brianna Edwards taps it right over the front line of defense. Northwestern keeps it alive to return another free ball. Here's Hayworth with a nice set, and boom! Trying to prevent that at all costs possible. Northwestern digs that one out and tries to find Thomas Iora, but she sends it into the net. Indiana takes set 2.
Tough for Indiana to come back from, and easy for Northwestern to capitalize in terms of momentum.
Thomas Ilori hasn't had a huge impact as of late in the last couple points. A little quiet in that second set, but here early with a block to get her team on the board. Great attack by Gerbach, but Brianna Edwards will send over a free ball. Here come the Wildcats. Thomas Ilori climbs the ladder and sends it down.
Not getting a great read, not keeping their hands together when they go up to block the ball, and that's helping Northwestern.
Brianna Edwards able to tool that one off, but it's kept in play. There's Dodson who hits Sarame. Gets it over to Edwards, but she can't control it. That ball will spin out of bounds. Northwestern leads 8-0. Coheed playing big tonight for Indiana as she's trying to keep them alive. Thomas Alari attacks, but is sent back. Ball still in play. The rally's alive. Thomas Alari sends it over. Maddie Saris controls a free ball back up to Northwestern. And here we go. Gerbach tools it off Maddie Saris. Northwestern leads 9-2 as they serve it over to the Hoosiers. Sarame controls Hayworth over to Saris, and it's sent right back down. It's Dodson with the block.
Where the Indiana attacks are going to come from and working together as a team to get those blocks up.
Hayworth with a nice setup to Geddes, but she is rejected. Another block by Thomas Alaria.
She's doing a good job right now of trying to get her team back into it. You can see after that kill there, she turns to them, she's kind of like, come on, let's go, we got to do it. And her being in the serving position could be a good thing to keep the ball and keep the momentum.
Coheed with a set. Indiana sends it over. Northwestern with a little bit of misdirection, but it hits the net, keeping it alive. Maddie Saris sends it right back. And here comes Dodson, rejected by Saris. And Thomas Alaria, rejected once again by Morgan Geddes. But that's going to be Northwestern point. $1 million move with a 10-cent finish for Indiana as Thomas Alaria is back up to serve. Saris with a nice set, and it goes right over to Northwestern as they do a little misdirection and put it in. Great job there by Russo.
And for her, she's not really even facing that way to really tip it over like that.
I wouldn't want to take one of her serves to the back of the head, that's for sure.
Definitely not, or even to my hands.
Russo tries another little misdirection, but is met at the net as Indiana keeps it alive. And that ball will go too far out of bounds, Northwestern point.
To put the ball where the players aren't, and she's doing a great job of that so far tonight.
This season, Russo's got 818 sets coming into tonight. That's almost 9.5 per set. And that one will fall. Indiana loses the point again. They're starting to struggle. This is a time where you got to be a little concerned.
And Dodson came into this game only with 4 serving aces this season. She's already got 2 so far tonight. It's a pretty good showing.
Hoosiers blocked there. That's going to be a double tap.
And Westball can be more of that leader figure on the court that it seems like Indiana needs right now.
Wildcats send over a free ball. Here come the Hoosiers, but that one will be out of bounds. Northwestern point.
They're right on the edge of being able to keep that ball, and yet Northwestern keeps getting it back.
Wildcats with the serve. Brianna Edwards tips it over, kept alive by Northwestern. A great block there by Indiana. And another one for Northwestern. Brianna Edwards looks to attack, but that play is blown dead. Northwestern point.
If you're at Indiana at this point, down now 19-5, they're easy points for Northwestern. You're giving them away.
Brianna Edwards tries to attack, but she's met at the net. She'll go again. Rejected.
Those Northwestern blocks, so they're doing a great job of reading all of Indiana's players right now.
Hoosiers able to get one. There's Ramelsburg once again.
Well, Westpelt's not going to be here next year, so you want to have someone strong like Hayworth that can back up your team. We talked about Coach Aird wanting depth for the Hoosiers, and that's exactly what he's got right now. So whatever points Indiana can get right now are going to be important just for their mindset going into it.
Northwestern trying to drop one in, but no, sir, says Brooke Westbeld, coming off the bench and making an impact as she tips that one into the open lane.
But even Northwestern, they struggled serving in the first few sets and have definitely gotten it more together this time.
Brianna Edwards with a nice little tip, but Northwestern able to control as Thomas Ilara sends that one out of bounds off of a beautiful tool. Great job there.
And Zumak is another player that could potentially be that leader on the team. She's been around for longer. She's got a good, strong presence there up at the net.
Thomas Ilara once again. Westbeld over to Edwards. Edwards able to tool that one off and get the point.
Have someone of that caliber be so reliable every time.
And here come the Wildcats as Gerback hammers that one down. A nice cross-court spike gives the Northwestern Wildcats 24, just 1 point away from closing this one out. Over to Zumak. A spectacular hit there, but Northwestern able to send it back over. Here's Saris with the attack, dug out by Northwestern. There's Thomas Ayer, dug up by Sarame. Over to Westbelt, they're looking for Saris, who tips it into the open lane. And there's Thomas Ilara with another tip. Ball kept alive, this rally keeps on going. Saris controlled, there's Dodson with a nice hit. Ball spins out of bounds, leading 2-1. Going into the fourth.
October 8th to October 17th, and 3 of those were losses in 3 sets. They've had 3 Wednesday games in the past about 10 days or so. Coach Aird has talked about it, how his team's pretty tired, obviously with a lot of travel, a lot of games, pretty back-to-back against tough teams. They just played number 11 Minnesota. They've got a lot kind of going against them in terms of preparation and being able to be comfortable playing games like this.
Yeah, Coach Aird has said this all year long. They are playing in a very tough conference with a lot of travel, very little rest, and a young team that hasn't experienced this type of fatigue. Not necessarily a recipe for success.
Exactly. You want your team to do well. You want to see them all succeed.
Coheed sends that one over. Thomas Ayer. Ball's tipped right back over. Northwestern able to keep it alive. And there's Geddes with a nice attack. Thomas Ayer sends it over. Coheed. 1-2. Saris with a tip. The rally continues. Maddie Saris trying to close it out, but it's kept alive on a diving dig. Maddie Saris once again, she'll try it across court, but it's recovered. Wildcats keeping it alive. Another spectacular dig, that's a free ball for Coheed. Dotson closes it out.
That's a big one. I think that was the longest rally we've had tonight, I would say. Over each other in the beginning there, but able to get back up. And at
the same time, if you're Northwestern, you do not want to let Indiana back into this game. You don't want to let them think they can win.
Yep. It's a two-way street.
And there goes Dodson doing her thing once again. Northwestern controls it and sends it over. Brianna Edwards with a nice little tip. Will keep it alive. Thomas Iera. A fantastic spike there, sending it to the back. Meanwhile, for Northwestern, haven't gone to 5 sets since Minnesota on October 2nd. And here Northwestern takes that point.
Both teams have a relatively large amount. Indiana's got 6, Northwestern's got 12. We were saying earlier, serving really seems to be a big part of the game tonight. But her balls are so fast that's really hard to handle.
She's just trying to get those fans in the 13th row a souvenir.
Why not?
Northwestern controls it. Thomas Iara, a little tip over. Paula Sarame over to Carly Zumak. That one's controlled by Northwestern. Gerbach sends it to the wayback. And that one goes out of bounds as Maddie Saris couldn't control. Megan Miller up to serve, the libero for the Wildcats. Done well tonight. Hayworth over to Edwards. Edwards not able to put that one down as Northwestern with a nice little tip to Hoosiers diving, but not able to get there in time.
And they've got Kari Zumak on. We haven't seen a lot from her, but she can pull through and produce.
Once again, too hot to handle for Paula Sarame. Sarame receives it. Hoosiers just tap over a nice little free ball for him. And there's Dodson once again as they lead by 6. Indiana able to control. Savannah Coheed sends it over, but it's controlled. And Thomas Iara tries to send it right back, but it's a deflected tool.
Well, you know, it seems like Indiana came into the set and they've been struggling just like they did last set, and Northwestern has just had that confidence and that momentum coming from players like Thomas Ilara with kills like that. If you had to pick a Northwestern player to be serving right now, you know, I'd go with either Dodson or Thomas Ilara, given their aces. Dodson's got 2 so far and has pretty good control of the ball every time.
Great read there by the Hoosiers as they call that one out, and it hits the red sideline.
To 10, then 25-13 in the first set. To get to 5 sets, or to just feel better about how you played during the game, have a little bit more to show for it.
Up to serve for Indiana once again. Controlled by Northwestern, a nice little back set there. Indiana goes chasing that ball, and it goes out of bounds as Russo will serve for the Wildcats. There's Hayworth over to Edwards. That's a little bread and butter for Indiana, but Miller reads it and digs it out. There's Thomas Ilara. So much power. Oh my Lord, a jackhammer.
And that hit opposed to, it's a good one.
Hayworth tries to attack and gets it over. Hayworth looking for Brianna Edwards right down the line, and it'll be out of bounds. Here's Russo with a serve. Edwards attacks. Tool. Hoosier point. Got Paula Sarame serving for Indiana. Sends it over Russo with a nice tap, and Northwestern able to get the point. Armstrong over to Hayworth to Edwards. Edwards rejected at the net, stays inbound. Northwestern just 1 point away. Armstrong over to Hayworth. Hayworth to Edwards and puts that one down.
Edwards she's a good leader on the team. You've got Kari Zumak now too. Those 2 players have the potential to really bring the Hoosiers to a win on this set.
And there's Thomas Alaria. Hits Paula Sarame's hand, and that one will go out of bounds. Northwestern takes set 4 and will take the match.